For a commercial laying hen, the ideal egg production rate is 1 egg per day, which is a lot, but when you think about it, there's still a lot of time left in the day that hens don't spend laying eggs. So, it's up to laying hen producers to provide their birds with things to do throughout the day, like giving them effective environmental enrichments that can improve their welfare, and there are many different enrichment items out there that are thought to serve this purpose. Pecking stones, or pecking blocks, are one such enrichment, and these are essentially solid slabs of edible material that they can peck at and ingest for extra nutrients. They were designed as a way for laying hens and other poultry to express natural foraging behaviors, specifically pecking as the name suggests, and in doing so, prevent them from harmfully pecking at each other. So currently, we know that many laying hens are interested in pecking stones. But why do they like them? One possibility is that it is connected to their specific appetite for calcium. This specific appetite means that hens have an intrinsic desire to consume calcium if they aren't getting enough in their diet. And this makes sense for hens because calcium is a vital nutrient for them, since each eggshell contains around 2 grams of calcium carbonate, and if they're laying 1 egg every day, this really adds up. In fact, multiple aspects of hen physiology and behavior are connected to their calcium appetite. For example, there is a relationship between calcium intake and eggshell quality characteristics. Hens also show daily rhythms of calcium intake, in addition to a circadian rhythm of feeding behavior in general, which itself is associated with their demand for calcium and the timing of egg formation. Because calcium is so important for hens, there are mineral-based pecking stones out there that have calcium carbonate as the first ingredient, and it's conceivable that these pecking stones in particular could satisfy hens' appetite for calcium. However, it's unknown whether their affinity for pecking stones has anything to do with their calcium appetite, or whether they like them for an entirely different reason. This is where my research comes in. Mineral-based pecking stones come in different hardness levels, designed to accommodate birds of different ages and sizes. But we don't actually know whether hens prefer one over the other, so I'm going to be giving hens harder pecking stones and softer pecking stones, both containing the same amount of calcium, and seeing which one they like better, that is, which one they consume more of, and which one they peck at more throughout the day. If they prefer the softer stone, this might be an indication that it does have to do with calcium, since the softer stones will be easier for them to actually ingest. Or if they prefer the harder stone or show no preference, this could mean that the sight or smell of the calcium source is what is dictating their motivation to peck at them, rather than the effect that it has on their bodies. I will also be looking at whether there is a daily rhythm of pecking stone use that could further connect these stones to their calcium appetite, and additionally, I will be looking at whether the consumption of pecking stones alters the timing of their feeding behavior. And finally, I will be examining the relationship between pecking stone consumption and the quality of their eggshells, that is, their weight, thickness, and breaking strength. The results from my research will help to inform future studies about pecking stones, and the more we learn about them, the more we'll be able to provide hens with the best possible enrichments to improve their welfare on farms all over the world.